Hey, how did it feel like to be number 4? I mean, you go to the Olympics, you were fortunately had won a gold already, right? But what's it feel like to end up number 4 when there's only 3 medals?
Oh, dude. I mean, not good.
No,
I
I
mean,
bet.
I struggled with it for years. Just, my poor wife's like my chief psychologist.
Yeah.
You just, I fully intended that I was trying to win that Olympics.
Yeah.
And, you know, um, it's kind of a long story. Like I could go on because I had after the 98 Olympics, when I went with the 360 mu grab, I realized that that little signature move I did really separated me, and it made it easy for the judges to give me the win, right?
Yeah.
Because everything else was good, but had I not done the 360 mu grab, it would have been, who knows, maybe there was maybe the judges just missed, it would have been too close. So, and I was also, so going into the '02 Olympics, I had gone off and done the X Games, and I was moving, skiing was changing, so I was
Yeah.
moving in the direction of free skiing. But I had learned this trick. I had created actually my own trick, the signature trick, this dinner roll, out in for the X Games. And I thought, wow, if I could put that in the moguls, that'd be really cool. So
Wow.
I went and got it qualified, and I had to get it, in the books. And when I started doing it, it took me a long time to make it work. Like I was knocking myself out. I couldn't really make it work in the moguls because the format was different, right? I was going from
Yeah.
huge jumps in the X Games to a narrow margin of air. You have to land straight in the bumps, not as much air. And so I couldn't really do it. So by the time I figured it out, I was right up against the Olympics. I was maybe a month out, and
Mm.
not even. And so I didn't have, like, I guess I had mastery of it, but not to the point where I could go into automatic mode.
Yeah.
And maybe it wasn't quite ready. Maybe I ran out of runway, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it was half baked. And so, but I did it, and I had high proficiency with it. And so I thought that they would understand how much harder what I was doing was than my competitors, because it was original, it was inverted, semi-inverted. No one was doing it like, but I didn't get any extra points for that, and I was counting on getting a little extra love for that.
Ah.
And I could go back and we can discuss, like, well, it should have had a higher degree of difficulty. The following
Mm.
year, they made my base point value of that trick worth more. They opened up the whole sport to inverts and changed the whole sport.
Yeah.
But it doesn't take away the fact that I got fourth. And it's, you struggle with it, because I think if you're a person who, I put it on myself. Like I look back at all the different spots I could have done something differently. All the little points when maybe I got distracted and could have been training, and you start to beat yourself up over all these little moments that maybe you could have changed on the way in your lead up. And over time that fades, and you can't beat yourself up over it too much. But it is something to think about when you're, like I tell, when you're going into an intense competition or Olympics or something where it's like a one-time shot situation. You need to think about, how am I, like, you need to evaluate every single minute of your schedule and say, is that really, benefiting my goal? And it's a really hard thing to do. And it gets harder, the bigger you get, right? Like when you're going in with already a gold medal and you've already got attention around you, it's really hard to say no to stuff. And it may not even be a factor, but when you look back, you'll certainly be like, damn it, I could have done that a little bit differently, a little bit that. But it's good. You can apply that to everything in life over time. And it's a good lesson to learn. But yeah, no, getting fourth sucks, man.
Well, I love the lesson you just learned about that. I was going to say, what's the lesson? And you just nailed it. And that is the ability to say no, right? Because that's really life now. You're a dad, you're doing incredible stuff in the business world. You're out there marketing. I know, same thing with me. The more successful I get with the number of speeches I give, the number of trainings we do, the number of podcasts we do, at some point, you got to be able to say no. And not just say no to say no, but say no so you can say yes to what's important, right? To that focus element. So great lesson there, man. Jonny, that's that. I mean, everybody that just listening to this can really grow from that.